Hello and welcome to Tri-Cities Community Television. My name is Ryan Clark and I'm with the Poco Sports Alliance. Very excited today to have some great guests. Today we have from Clinch MMA Gym, Coach Shawna and Coach Sal. What a great opportunity for us to get insight into worlds of mixed martial arts and how it lives here and breathes here in our community. Welcome both of you. Let's get right to it. Shawna, tell me, you're a coach there, but you also, I know you're a mom too. First of all, how did you get into the sport?
My journey really started organically. We were in Burnaby before, and we moved to Coquitlam, and I was just able to start training. Just start training.
You start getting into the training. Sal, what about you? How did you get into this sport?
My parents, they put me in at such a young age, and then I started all different types of martial arts, and I got into kickboxing when I turned 19, and it was a really big difference from the traditional martial arts to the kickboxing contact.
Interesting. So I know obviously from a community standpoint, you have all sorts of different people who can walk through your door. You probably see youth, you probably see, what kind of people do you see actually just walking through your door saying, hey, I want to try this out. What do you guys see?
We see all types of people. It's Canada, you know, so like we open the doors to anyone, we train everyone, and we train actually everybody. Any body type that comes in, we're really happy to train them.
All different ages?
All different ages.
Yeah. All different walks of life.
Yeah. Let me ask you, Shawna, from your coaching standpoint, do you work with young girls? Do you work with moms coming in? What do you see, and who do you get to work with?
Yeah, I get to work with a variety of different women. I usually work with teenagers. Lots of teenagers come in, kids, young children, young women come in.
Do you find that when the young girls come in, is it to learn self-defense? Is it to do because, hey, I didn't want to play a sport that's kick or throw ball or shoot puck or anything? They wanted to maybe get a different type of workout in there, or why are they coming in?
I believe that they're coming in to learn new techniques.
Some people actually search her out. Like the parents actually want the daughters to train with Shawna.
Yeah.
So they come out, they travel from other municipalities just to get some training in with her.
Interesting. So when you come in, I'm just imagining the people who come in. So you have I see the moms and the dads coming in too, and then I see youth coming in. I understand also that you guys do a really good job on reaching out to the communities. Maybe for some people especially on the youth side, that maybe have come from either financially challenged or maybe they've gotten into some bad things and gone a bad way. And part of what you do, I think, is kind of, I understand, is bring them back onto the straight using mixed martial arts as kind of a way to keep them, straight, so to speak.
We've had numerous kids coming off the street, and we love training those guys and reprogramming them and rewiring their bodies and their minds to think a little bit differently. We used to have an outreach program out in Burnaby years ago, and it was more difficult to get it running out in Port Coquitlam. Yeah. But if people can't afford the training, it doesn't bother us. They can still come out and train, come out and learn.
When people first walk in to the gym, so Shawna, if people first walk into the gym, what's the feeling they get? Because I imagine, when they hear mixed martial arts, and it's got obviously great publicity with UFC, but there might be a little bit of an intimidation factor in there. You first walk into the doors, what do I experience?
We welcome everybody, and we just really want to let everybody know that it's more of a family. We have more of a family atmosphere, so we really just engage them to encourage them to come in and to just kind of be open with the training, right. Open with their minds.
So do they then, you're sitting down, and obviously there might be an intimidation factor, thinking, oh yeah, I might walk out of this I might get hurt. I might get, I want to learn these skills, but I don't want to suddenly show up next day to work or to school with a black eye or a little knock on the head or anything like that. How do you address that? Because that might be a fear when I first walk in.
I mean, accidents happen, like in any type of training you go to, there could be accidents. But there's all walks of life. People come in, there's lawyers, there's doctors, there's dentists, and they can't afford to have blemishes or marks on their face, it just doesn't look good for business. So we make sure, not everybody come in there to fight. It's a big family atmosphere in there.
So is it really more, so that's a good point. It's not necessarily about the fighting, it's conditioning, isn't it? Is that really, because that's really what this is different than just kind of going to a gym and kind of putting on your headphones and just mindlessly working out. Shawna, is that what you kind of get from do you get that from the people that you work with too on the floor? Are they coming in, hey, I just want a different workout instead of just going to the gym and lifting weights or just sitting on a treadmill?
Yeah, I believe that they really want to kind of open their mind and learn different techniques and just
See, skills, is that what it's really about, skills?
It's all, they come in and they start working out and they start sweating. A lot of guys come in just to get that cardio workout. They're thinking it's either UFC or it's like a cardio kickboxing, but it's not. And then once they start learning techniques and skills and they start learning new things, they start really getting excited and they want to keep coming back and learning more.
Yeah, because I would think that would be one of the big drivers, I know for me, like, hey, I get to learn new stuff. So when I go in here, whether you're going to the gym for an hour, where I come into your gym for an hour, I'm learning new things from you. I'm going to walk away a little better at something than when I walked in there. Not just, hey, I got to sweat. It's actually more, but I'm sure this is a great workout as well.
Yeah, and if they're not feeling that, then they shouldn't be at that gym then.
So now let's say I get really into this, whether it's a youth or whether it's an adult, you start getting really excited. And you want to start getting into, hey, I want to maybe step into the octagon, maybe because I got really excited because I saw it on a pay-per-view, and I want to start. That's a different mindset. How do you get them into that headspace?
Oh, they got to train. They have to be, my wrestling coach told me, years ago, that you have to be honest with your training. And I always tell this to my athletes. You have to be honest with your training. If you're honest and you feel like you've trained and you've peaked, then you're ready.
And you can walk them in through, get them into that headspace?
They'll be in that headspace when they're already ready. Then the game plan comes after that.
Okay. Shawna, then when you're working with athletes too now, I know your background's really neat in the sense that I know you even got recently called up by the WWF Wrestling, which I know is another huge entity. How did that all go? How did that even work out? How did you get that call?
Yeah, we just had a scout come down, and he kind of scouted me out, and I was invited to fly down to Orlando and partake in that. So it was really great to just kind of go down there and no distractions and just be able to train down there.
Because that's obviously a neat world being in that. These are all the big wrestlers that are trying to make it. So that's pretty exciting. Yeah. Is that something you had to really train hard for? So when you got down there, you're like, how does that even work?
Well, I train all the time anyways, so I was kind of already in shape when I went down there. But
I would think so.
Yeah.
So tell me, if I want to be in this, to be decent, not everybody wants to be like black belts like you guys and be at the top tier level, but I just want a good workout. Is this like going to the gym? What do I need to commit to, do you think?
3 times a week, is the minimum. I think 2 times a week is a minimum, but I would recommend 3 times a week.
So like going to the gym, like I would go to the gym 3 times a week.
Exactly.
So it's similar then. So
and what could you really accomplish 3 times a week?
Now, I know you guys are also really excited. You work with like a lot of the stunt actors and models. I heard, call upon you guys to send them, hey, we got a big movie shoot coming up. How does that go? How do you get that call?
Oh, like some of the guys are doing movies or doing stunts, so I get the chance to work with them on their falls and their flips and their fight scenes and stuff. So that's pretty exciting as well too.
That's really neat. Do you guys ever get called in to be extras in those movies, or no? We train them and get them ready for the movies.
We're just so busy doing so much other stuff that we haven't even hit that branch yet.
Oh, that's neat. That's a neat way to be able to spend out. So when you have all those, there's the working out, the fighting, and then you got the training for movies. That's great. In looking at this, what's your goal and what's your vision moving forward for the gym? Again, UFC has put mixed martial arts way up on a huge pedestal, and obviously, as you mentioned, the WWF that has tie-in as well. What's your vision going forward for this and your community engagement calling?
I think, martial arts is growing by the day, and especially women in martial arts and being accepted as fighters and athletes, and I just see it just growing more and more vigorously.
Shawna, do you see that too in what you did?
Definitely see that, yeah. Lots of women coming through the door.
So when you're getting a lot of the women coming and saying, I just want that other workout, eh?
Yeah.
That's really neat. Guys, thank you so much for being part of it. I think you guys run a great gym over there. Clinch MMA Gym is outstanding, and really appreciate your time and coming with us today. For Ryan Clark from the Poco Sports Alliance, thanks for joining us, and we look forward to bringing you more of the world of sport here in your local community.